It's the person with the most stamina. Get your rest and get your energy and your stamina going.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
How do you live? Seriously, do you like service yourself 10 times a day?
Bam! What the fuck is up, folks? I am back with a brand new Fuck a Title show. God damn. I miss doing the videos and I miss doing these. Thank you to everyone for your patience and all that, obviously. I've said that enough in the vlogs. But I gotta throw it in, you know what I mean? If you just heard that background noise, because I'm not sure if it registered or not, that was my chair creaking. Okay, so I was going to talk about some things for next month first, but I figure I'm going to get this little news article out of the way first. Well, I guess before I get into any of that, if this is your first time tuning in, I am your host, JuvyThaKid. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. If you're not sure if you have the right page, make sure you got the right spelling. That's it. JuvyThaKid. If you stumble upon a weird dude with a beard and face tattoos, you found me. Join the community. Okay, so this caught my eye, just like last time. Opened up the news app on my computer, on the laptop, and was checking out what's going on in the world. A lot of people care more about celebrities, apparently. Like, every headline was something about a celebrity or whatever. It was a little bit annoying, to be honest. But whatever, I found one. And I just thought it's weird that this is a news headline. I wasn't sure if this was only in the UK, so I Googled it, and a lot of different websites have picked this up. So let's get into it. UFO expert found dead. Now, a UFO expert. I don't know how you can be an expert in UFOs. As far as I know, there wasn't enough or any that we could really like fully test and everything, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll keep it moving. Okay. Does it give his name here? Okay, what's his name? What's your name, sir? Max Spears. No relation to Britney. So, a conspiracy theorist texted his mom to say, if anything happens to me, investigate, just before his mysterious death. Max Spears, 39, a father to 2 boys, poor kids, was found dead on a sofa in Poland, where he had gone to give a talk about conspiracy theories and UFOs. Do they do a lot in Poland? Like, I don't know. I don't mean to sound like closed-minded or ignorant or anything like that. The only things I've ever seen of Poland, like documentaries, whatever, it's just, it doesn't seem like a place where they're doing a lot of conferences. It seems like that Poland seems like one of the hardest places on planet Earth. Like, it's just like fucking rough ass dudes. Like, everyone's just trying to kind of survive there. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen like documentaries or whatever, and that might not have been like a whole view of Poland. It might have only been those areas. But yeah, I don't hear a whole lot about Poland, I guess. Okay, so he was there to give a talk about conspiracy theories and UFOs. He was ruled to have died from natural causes despite no post-mortem examination being carried out on his body. So that's like an autopsy, I'm assuming. I thought they only did that if you thought there was foul play involved. I don't know, I could have sworn they only did these kind of things, like post-mortem examinations, if like there was foul play or there needed to be more of like an investigation. I just Googled it if you had heard all the typing there. A post-mortem examination will be carried out if it's requested by a coroner because the cause of death is unknown, or following a sudden violent or unexpected death, or a hospital doctor can order one to find out more about an illness or the cause of death, or to further medical research and understanding. Okay, so like it's not like if people are kind of, they're just like, hey, it's natural causes, then there's no reason for a post-mortem examination. I understand why the family might want one, and they might be upset or whatever, or questioning, who knows. But yeah, I don't know, if the doctors looked at it and said like it could have been natural causes though. He's 39. What? 39 natural causes. What does that even mean? Like his respiratory failed or something? Oh, it's so confusing. Alright, so maybe this story does get a little weird. Okay, let's continue. His dark investigation into UFOs and government cover-ups may have made him, Jesus, fuck, that was a tongue twister apparently, may have made him enemies who wanted him dead, says mother Vanessa Bates of 63. That could just be a worried mom, because like, you know, her son, like she only knows what her son is telling her. And, you know, conspiracy theorists have a habit of speaking of everything in dramatics, or being very dramatic when they explain or talk about things. So who knows? Like, and if his mom doesn't really know any better and she's just going off what he's saying, who knows what he had told her? Like, if he's going on saying, "Oh, I'm digging into some deep shit here, trust me." You know what I mean? Like, she's just gonna get worried for her kid. But so he texted his mom days before, saying, "Your boy's in trouble. If anything happens to me, investigate." Excuse me. Originally from Canterbury, he lived in America for a bit, but returned to the city to stay with his mom before jetting off to Poland, the place of soup and rough-ass people. Vanessa said he was making a name for himself in the world of conspiracy theorists and had been invited to speak at a conference in Poland in July. What? Is there like a very popular world of conspiracy theorists out there? Like, I know there's Alex Jones, but that's about it. Like, I didn't know the world of conspiracy theorists was a big thing. Well, then again, I'm not into it, so who the fuck am I to say anything, right? Damn, I don't know, because this whole thing seems just weird to me at the same time. But yeah, I don't know. If you're making a name for yourself in that kind of world, then like, I don't know, because conspiracy theories are just so fucked. Like, some of them are just so outlandish, and people connect the most random fucking dots together that, you know, it just makes no sense, and like, there's just no way. But then there's some that are fucking true. Like, like, there's some that are fucking crazy and they seem like they're out of a movie, but the US government or whatever did do that shit. Like, what? Wasn't it George Bush Sr. was bringing guns and drugs or whatever through, what state was it? I can't remember what state specifically. I'm sure someone out there can comment below and let me know. But yeah, like there's been a lot of shit like that's been proven the US government did, but some conspiracy some theories out there, it's too much to believe for me. I don't know. And like with anything, sometimes like if it's way too much nonsense, like there's no room in your head for it, and it's too much work to even try to like start to like believe it, or even try and connect the same dots that everyone else did. I don't know. But anyway, apparently he was staying with the lady he had not known for long. Well, that's not a good thing to ever do. She told me how she found him dead on the sofa. Alright, but I think Max had been digging in some dark places, and I fear that somebody wanted him dead. See, this just sounds like a mom that doesn't know any better Like, she's just going off what her son tells her, so she's, like, worried about him. I don't know. But if that's true about the girl, like, she just came out and was like, damn, he was dead on the sofa. I don't know. Maybe people should ask her some stuff or look into his medical background. Maybe he had something going on with his chest and his lungs. Max made a career out of investigating UFO sightings and alleged cover-ups. More recently, he was said to be probing into the lives of well-known figures in politics, business, and entertainment. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's called the paparazzi. I don't think they're gonna fucking reach out to try and kill you. And then the rest, it's all saying like what other conspiracy theorists online are like saying about it. Theorists have long been convinced UFO chasers who get too close to the truth are bumped off by the secret services or so-called men in black. But there's fucking like 40 shows on Discovery and History and all this other shit about these people who hunt UFOs or they've been abducted and everything else, and they're all alive still. So what the fuck? That theory's that theory doesn't make sense right there. I don't know. One website, Project Camelot. Oh, well, that sounds super legit. A blogger wrote, "The entire circumstances are suspicious, and I urge everyone to encourage the release of details about what really happened and call for an autopsy." Another, Craig Hewlett, added, If it wasn't true what he talks about, then why would they kill him? Healthy people don't just get sick and die. They get poisoned." I don't know about that one. Mum Vanessa, she's an English teacher apparently, she also buys into those theories. Max was a very fit man who was in good health, and yet he apparently just died suddenly on a sofa. Hey, like, I don't know, you can get like respiratory viruses and stuff that can kill you, especially if you're switching different climates, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. All I have is a death certificate from the Polish authorities that it was from natural causes, but no post-mortem was done, so how can they tell that? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure how they can tell that, but I'm also not a doctor, a coroner, and I don't know their whole process of identifying things either, so I would not be so bold as to even throw my hat in the ring as to like tell like how doctors and all them can tell without post-mortem or anything like that. I don't know. They're also refusing to release any paperwork about it to me because absurdly I do not have his written permission. Well, unfortunately I believe legally if he doesn't have a will or he's never like named you as like next of kin or whatever it's called, I think it's really hard to get any information about people like that. So I'm not too sure. He was buried in Canterbury. His mother arranged to have his body flown home a week after his death. Well, at least he's home. Holy. Did this like... At first I thought the story was only like a quick thing. Now it's got a whole fucking other like update here. News update. News update. Sip of vitamin water first. Post-mortem examination was carried out by a pathologist in East Kent, but Vanessa says that more than 2 months later she still does not know the result or whether there will be an inquest. Oh, okay. She added apparently he had not suffered any obvious physical injuries, but he could have been slowly poisoned, which is why the results of toxicology tests from his post-mortem are so important. I don't know. This whole thing, like, if you're just going to interview the mom, it gets hard. Like, I don't know. Oh, that was on mirror.co.uk. That was the link that I clicked, at least, to read it. I don't know, because that whole thing, it's coming from a worried mom's point of view. And like I said, if she's only going off of, like, what he told her or what he's said, like, who the fuck knows? Like, and honestly, I don't know. We don't know this guy. He could, like, to everyone else, he could talk to, like, a like just a regular person, and they think he's, you know, maybe not, I don't want to say crazy, but he's a little out there. Like, he's a little hard to believe with his theories and stuff. But that's his mom, so she's gonna want to believe him, obviously. I don't know. World's a weird place. Everybody wants to make a headline out of something, or just like make a theory out of it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, people do that with YouTube shows. People do that on like social media accounts, anything like that. It's just people always try. We love to speculate about things. That's what it is. The speculation and like the whole mystery of things. Like, we like to. I guess we like the mystery of it. We like to speculate things. Some get really attached to those theories, though, so it gets a little iffy. Obviously, it gets a little iffy, like when the theories itself are just like really fucking outlandish, and you just, I don't know. Some of them, like I've said, they're just way too fucking hard for me to believe or even try to buy into. And I'm all good on that. Let's move on to the next, shall we? Okay, next month, November. My fuck. I am so excited for next month as a fight fan. Everybody out there who doesn't like MMA or boxing, take your deep breath. Let's sigh it out together. I'm not going into any of them. I'm not doing predictions right now. Don't worry, it's going to be a quick thing. Excuse me. So next month, there's UFC 205. The reason that like this is actually a big card, this is the first time that mixed martial arts, even though like how big of a sport it seems nowadays and how big of an organization the UFC is, this is the first time they're in New York. New York just legalized mixed martial arts this year. They're doing it at the Madison Square Garden, and let's like, you Google the Madison Square Garden like events history, and Jesus Christ, like the who's who of entertainment and sports and music, like just everybody's been there or they've performed there. Like, it's just to have the UFC go from what I remember it being like the first season of The Ultimate Fighter with Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, Diego Sanchez was on that one. Like, to see it go from where it was to at Madison Square Garden, like that's just going to be a big thing for like the history of the sport. But the card itself, like the prelim, like the undercard and the main card, are just fucking stacked with motherfuckers, and I mean that in the most like respectful way possible. Like, male and female, just like stacked top to bottom with just fucking killers, and I'm stoked for it. Other than that, though, there's in the boxing world, we got Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward. Now, this is one of those like rare times in boxing where we get to see two guys where it's like it's not 5 years too late or it's not 7 years too late. Like, this fight is gonna be like, I don't know. I can't go on enough about it, to be honest. Just to like explain it quick, Sergey Kovalev, I believe he's undefeated. I'm pretty sure. Let's Google it. But either way, yeah, he's undefeated. Most of his wins by knockout. Like, he's a finisher, 100%. And Andre Ward is like pretty much as good as him. I believe like the only difference is he might have like one loss. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I can't wait for this. Like, when you look at boxing and people are like, oh, there's like nobody to watch anymore, these are two guys you could watch. Like, these are two guys 100% you could watch. Yeah, 30 wins, 26 knockouts, 0 losses. Jesus fuck. Like, and the thing is, Andre Ward's never faced someone with Kovalev's power. I think at the same time, Kovalev has never really faced anybody with Ward's speed and like I don't want to say like, you know, boxing ability and sound like, I don't know, not educated on the topic, but you know what I mean? Like his skills, like he's fast. He can hit you with combinations like just fucking out of nowhere. And people see the combinations. You can't help but just get excited for them because it's beautiful boxing at its finest. Beautiful. 30 wins, 15 knockouts, 14 decision. 0 losses. Both guys are undefeated. So somebody's walking away with a loss on their record on this one. Like 100%. Jesus fire. I can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be intense. In fucking tense. November 19th. And then, after all of that madness, I don't know if it's official. I'm gonna look this up right now. I heard Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting Vladimir Klitschko. And if that's the case, this is going to be his biggest test. Let's see. What's the most recent we got here? 2 hours ago? Bam. But yeah, Klitschko, he's a fucking vet of the sport. Anthony Joshua is like that new up-and-comer. He could be the face of the heavyweight division soon. I believe he was a gold medal Olympic boxer. He's undefeated. All of his fights have ended in knockout. So, goddamn. I believe it's all just kind of agreed. Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua for the world heavyweight title fight has been agreed. But the two camps are being meticulous in securing as many vacant belts for the bout. Which has been scheduled for December 10th. December 10th. I saw a thing earlier today. It was November 30th or something. Oh well, December 10th is all right. That's okay. Gives me something else to look forward to that month. But either way, that's gonna be a fucking dope ass fight. And on top of, you know, Kovalev and Ward, and then UFC 205, McGregor versus Alvarez, all the other fucking great fights on it. My birthday's next month, so that's going to be alright too. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what I'm doing yet, to be honest. I haven't even really thought it out yet. Chill with the kids, do something with them. See a couple friends maybe, I'm not too sure. Might just kick it at home, relax, I don't fucking know. I'll figure it all out. I think my birthday's on a Tuesday this year, so I'm probably not going to be doing much. They should, like, just hurry the fuck up and finish Narcos Season 3 in these next couple weeks and get it out by November. That'd be cool. Yeah, I finished Season 2 of Narcos. Fucking such a good show. That honestly... I finished Breaking Bad. That was alright, honestly. Like, I think a lot of people hyped it up way too much for me. I don't know. It's just towards the end of the show, it was one of those things where it's like, it was kind of like Holidays. How I talked about that today. The ending just wasn't it for me. I don't know. And everyone that like tries to defend it, or like they feel the need to defend it, even though I said it, you know, that's just my opinion. I didn't like it. They never talk about the story. They're always bringing up like things, like a certain gun in a scene or whatever. Like it has nothing to do with the story. You know what I mean? Like just because there's a cool ass gun involved in a scene doesn't make the ending cool. It makes that aspect of it cool, but I don't know. It just Breaking Bad wasn't what everyone kind of like hyped it up to be for me. I probably could have done without watching it, but I've seen it. It was an alright show. It had its good points. It had its really good points. For me, it had a lot of slow points though. When big things happened, it was an eventful thing, but just a lot of the time it felt really slow, a little dragged on. I wasn't sure about it, but it was an alright show. Narcos, on the other hand, for me, I fucking loved that show. The guy who played Pablo, he didn't it's kind of hard to find someone who looks like him, but Jesus, like, he did a great job as Pablo Escobar. Everybody on the show played their part pretty well, but he stole the show for me. Like, he was awesome as Pablo Escobar. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I'd probably rank Narcos above Breaking Bad, just personally. That's just my choice, though. I'm sure some people are just out there like, what? Narcos over Breaking Bad? Are you serious, bro? Yeah, I'm serious, bro. But yeah, no, season 3 comes out next year, so I gotta fucking wait for that. And I've seen a couple people asking, like, what can you even do for season 3? Well, you guys gotta remember, like, all these drugs and everything went somewhere, you know what I mean? They went to the States, Miami, New York. Cartels were fighting over Miami, I believe, all through the early 90s and everything, to bring drugs in and just kind of like establish territory and all that. So yeah, if they could just hurry up and get that out in like the next couple of weeks, that'd be great. Alright. Not going in order here, but that's okay. Juvy's nightmares. No, I have not been having nightmares lately. It's just the quick title that I threw up onto the screen, so I'd remember what I was talking about. So yeah, I wanted to do a full, excuse me, I wanted to do a full little trailer for One Bad Day, but I almost said the wedding this weekend. I don't know why. I didn't go to a wedding, but the weather this weekend, more specifically today, wasn't cooperating. So I might have to push it back. I still want to do it, but I want to do it right. You know what I mean? I don't want to do anything that I'm not going to be proud of, and I'm not going to want to like be excited to show you guys. You know what I mean? Either way, I am going to do it. It has to be done. But I think what I also want to do, just to kind of switch up from the regular content and everything like that, and it gives me kind of time to do some stuff that I've always wanted to do. I want to start doing some short films. Obviously I need to get like a better camera and everything, but in the meantime we'll work with what we got. But anyway, I want to do some short films, more specifically some horror ones. Just some kind of like, I don't know. I've been like Little Jenny Wren on Instagram, shouts to you. She had suggested kind of like the whole nightmares, night terrors thing. And that's already, like, I already have like a laundry list of ideas of what I could do. And I think I want to do something like that. But for me, I'm going to do, like, I want to do these all year round. This isn't just something for Halloween. I want to start doing like horror short films. And I think I might get people to submit things that they would see in their nightmares or night terrors, whatever, like that they're afraid of, like clowns or spiders or whatever it is. Just I want to actually base these off of, not like in their entirety, but the aspects and the essence of them. I want to use like real things from nightmares, you know what I mean? Like, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. They are my favorite horror franchise. Freddy Krueger is just, I have him tattooed. I have the glove, the Funko. I have a Freddy Krueger sweater that I wear all year round. Jesus, fuck, I am stumbling over my words like a motherfucker tonight. I'm all hyped up for some reason. But yeah, no, like Freddy Krueger is like my all-time. He takes number one for my horror characters. But a lot of those at the same time, they weren't made out of like people's nightmares. Like there were certain things that totally you could like see in your nightmares, or you watch it and you're like, Jesus fuck, like it scares you or makes you uncomfortable, whatever it is. But for me, like I want to like take real dreams or real nightmares that like people have had, like the concept of them or certain main things that it like really affected them, and make that into like a horror like short film. I know I keep saying short film, but I just don't want to say horror film and then people get confused and think I'm doing like a feature, like a long movie or whatever. But either way, like, I don't know, there's just so fucking many that you can do. Like, no matter where you go, you feel like somebody's behind you, chasing you. Like, every time you turn around, they're there. I've already said, like, fucking clowns. Tons of people are like scared of clowns. Not personally me. I've always loved clowns and jesters and stuff. But like a lot, like I think clowns and spiders. Well, maybe not the most common, but I guess like just people like I've been around. Clowns are one of the most common fears that I've heard about. But yeah, I just want to start doing stuff like that. Obviously, I don't know. I'm probably not going to call it like Juvy's Nightmares. Or maybe we will. Who the fuck knows? I'm going to sit down this week and really like plan these out. And really start kind of like really figure out how I want to do them. And how I want to execute it as well. But obviously everyone's going to be different. So it all depends. It'd be cool to do some like my own like Dark Shadows type show. That'd be cool. Shouts to anyone that remembers what the Dark Shadows show. I know it's weird. I'm pretty young. Like obviously I'm not obviously if you don't know my age, but like at 25, like I grew up on shows that were considered before me. I don't know. Like I remember like before school. I believe it was at 6 and 6:30 in the morning. They used to show the Munsters on a channel, and I fucking loved that show. Dark Shadows. Man, what else? Either way, let's not get off topic. But yeah, that'd be cool. Do some like little horror show kind of like that, or just do the short films on their own. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Getting too excited, and I'm trying to brainstorm as I'm like informing people about it. What can you do though, right? Okay, I got 2 questions DM'd to me today, and I figured why not talk about them. So the first one, why did I get croc scales tattooed on me? I understand for some people, the whole getting tattoos should always mean something to you, or be personal to you, or be for something important, whatever it is. For me, I get tattoos because that's what helps me feel more comfortable in my skin. If they do stand for something, then great. But at the same time, I got lollipops, donuts, and eggnog carton with a banner that says Thug Life. Just because you gotta have fun in life too. So tattoos should be fun as well. They should be like just an expression of yourself or your interests or anything. Fucking tattoos could be whatever the fuck you want them to be, honestly. Either way. But for me, I've always loved ancient beasts. I've always loved like ancient species, and like alligators, crocodiles, among many others. They are some of the most like ancient, quote unquote, monsters of like of mankind, we'll say. All like many different cultures have had like either legends or folklore about like crocodiles or alligators, or like a crocodile type beast. Jesus Christ, in Uganda, a crocodile was like terrorizing a village. Like people couldn't go near the water because this croc would come and like just scoop them up. I believe it was like it weighed out to like 1 ton. There was another croc that killed like 4 fishermen. It's just one of these things where it's always like man versus croc. For me, it goes back to almost like the ancient days. Like, if you take all these tall buildings and how easy it is to get fucking food now, and like, you just think about like us versus beasts. It was like back in the days when it was like man versus animal. To me, just like a crocodile or an alligator would represent just like something that's just like, you feel like you're staring at a dinosaur. Even now when you look at them, you're like, look, this is a fucking dinosaur. Like, this can't be like from nowadays. Excuse me. I don't know why I got such a dry throat today. But so for me, it's like like a man versus croc type battle. Like, I just picture like being back in those ancient times and like encountering an alligator or crocodile, and just like, you don't know what to do. It tests what you're made of. It tests like how good you're going to be able to, or how well you're going to be able to think and everything in that moment. It's also just kind of one of those things. Like, for me, I've always loved crocs. I've always loved gorillas, lions, sharks, and crocs, and bears. You got to throw the bears in there, but it just goes back to, it's a couple different reasons for me. Another thing, I love Killer Croc from like the DC universe, not just specifically Suicide Squad, but I'm just like, there's so many reasons why I got the Croc scales tattooed, and I like them. I don't know. I think they're fucking dope. So it's all that matters, right? Right. I don't know. What can you do, right? And the second question that I got today, and what we are going to close today's podcast on: do I put out too much content? Probably. Like, I know there's some YouTube channels who only put out something like once or a couple times a week, or like a few times, like maybe once or twice a month. But for me, I wanted to do something 7 days a week, because 1, that keeps me busy. 2, it keeps my mind always, like, my creative thinking skills always like on point. It's one of those things where it's like, if I wasn't doing this right now, I honestly don't know what the fuck I'd be doing. For years, I had talked about doing a YouTube channel and whatever. I wasn't sure even how to do it. And once I figured it out, like, I was just, I don't know, like, I got the hang of it. And even like when I first was just doing like the life lessons regularly, I was going to do life lessons Monday to Friday, and then I was doing live shit on the weekend. So it was like, it was the, like, you look back then, you can go back to the posts even and like read them. Like, doing something almost every day of the week, or on every day of the week, was always my goal. Like, that was the end game from the beginning. Whether I realized it or not, it was going to happen. Is it hard to keep up on it sometimes? Absolutely. Is it probably annoying how much I promote it on the Instagram? Severely. But am I having fun doing it? And have I gotten feedback from a few people that it brings smiles to their day? It gives them something to look forward to during the day, whatever. Yeah. Then it's all fucking worth it. If I can release something every day, and like, whether that person has a full life, whether they have a job and a family and whatever else, if for some reason that video helps them just escape some of the stresses and just helps them smile or just think about something, then fuck, job well done. I don't know. I can't help but feel proud when, like, I get those messages, you know what I mean? Because I know, well, I feel proud, and I also feel very humbled by them, because it is always a good feeling to bring some positivity to people's lives. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm proud of the videos that I've been putting out. you know, I'm not saying any crazy negative shit for me to be ashamed of or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just if I wasn't doing so much content, I'd probably be really fucking depressed and like probably like frustrated about a lot of shit, to be honest, because I'd have no outlet other than working out and shit, which I fucking need to get back on track on. I know that sounds probably so douchey to some people, but these past couple weeks my fucking workouts have just, they haven't gone down like downhill. It's just they've become more sporadic, and you like I don't want to get comfy in those habits, so I got to get fucking back on track with these. But yeah, like this is my outlet, you know what I mean? This is one of my creative outlets where if I want to do something just silly and whatever with the videos, I can. If I want to get some thoughts out and just kind of vent some shit out and like hear somebody like your guys' opinion, I can. If I want to do something like the One Bad Day teaser that's out on the channel, you can go watch it. Go watch right now after the podcast, but I can do that too. If I feel like fucking doing a song, then I can throw my music up. You know what I mean? It's just it's a creative outlet for everything across the board for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this shit going, and like I've always said, we're gonna ride this bitch till the wheels fall off. Yeah. Podcast was brought to you by Vitamin Water. Not gonna say what company because I'm pretty sure I can get sued. But it's not really sponsored by Vitamin Water, so let's keep it moving. Okay, we're gonna cut this. Goddamn, over 40 minutes. Not bad for the comeback episode, we'll call it. I've been your host, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. All the quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos. Just keep being weird. Everybody else out there, try to understand the quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos just a little bit more. Might bring some color to your lives too. I'm out.